Hey guys, Alflington here, and I actually have a topic today, which I don't think I've done a topic for a little while, and but the topic of today is safety within motoring, and I'm keeping that quite general for two reasons. One, I'm going to start off with Formula 1, and yeah, now Formula 1 is meant to be the pinnacle of motorsport. And yes, it costs a lot of money, and I understand that at the moment there's this global recession on, and they've got to be seen to cutting costs, and I can't disagree with that at all. Makes sense. And but the one thing I don't understand, and it brings it to light in the recent Nelson Piquet Jr. And Renault kind of shit that hit the fan. For those that you don't know, basically they just had the Singapore Grand Prix on the weekend, and the Grand Prix at last year's Singapore, Nelson Piquet had a crash. He got fired from Renault, and he then basically blew the whistle and said, well, actually, it's team orders. I was told to crash deliberately to help Alonso win. So cheating. Now, of course, cheating in any kind of sport, especially one that costs that much money, is a reasonably big issue. That aside, one of the things, of course, they said that, was so bad about it is the fact that, of course, it's endangering not only himself, but other drivers and, of course, spectators as well, in the fact that it is, dangerous and unsafe to do so. So that was one of the, the big issues that they said, God, that's really bad. It's not a good thing to do. And I'm bored now. Hang on. And so yeah, so I had no disagreements with that. But here we have the pinnacle of racing, and they're on about safety being an issue. So why, with safety being such an issue, have they banned testing? Now, it makes no sense to me at all. Now, here we have the fastest cars there are, basically going around at insane speeds, and they're on about safety, yet they don't let new drivers have tasting sessions. Yeah, that'd be right. Testing sessions. They're letting basically new drivers with no experience. They're not allowed to test, so therefore they have to test on the racetrack with other people under race conditions. Is it me, or does that just make absolutely no sense whatsoever? Oh dear, I don't know. Anyway, so F1, sort it out. Allow testing. It makes sense. Let people practice. Let people try new things, and that to me is safe. Now, also on keeping on the motoring topic is okay. So let's just talk about general motoring. Now, this is specific to the UK, but I think it still holds probably in most of the rest of the world as well. But the government recently here in the UK have introduced a new bike test to increase safety. So they split it into two parts. You've got to do an off-road section and then an on-road section. Now they've done this to apparently make things safer. Okay, can't argue with that if it was. Now, surely one of the safest things you can do with motorbike riding is make it law for people to wear proper safety equipment. Now, at the moment, you say it's only law that you have to wear a regulation or proper helmet, basically, compared to obviously in the proper one. That's kind of a dumb thing to say. But in some parts of America, you don't even have to wear a helmet. So I don't get that either. Surely, if you want to make it safer, make it law that you have to wear something along the lines of at least a proper jacket, gloves, boots, and helmet. I mean, surely that is just absolute common sense more than anything. Now, I get the fact that obviously, especially some places in America and stuff, it's sodding hot. Tough, buy equipment that's cool enough. You can get mesh jackets with proper armour on it, and I just can't see why people would want to ride without the proper gear. I don't get it. It should be law, and it's the obvious safe thing to do. Now, equally, when we come to car tests as well, and this applies to car and bike tests within the UK, is that you can pass your test with no experience of no experience of riding on a motorway or driving on a motorway. So here you can have a vehicle, and you can basically do a test. The most you're going to drive it up to within your test is up to 60 miles an hour. And you know, the moment you pass your test without any further training whatsoever, you can basically jump straight onto a motorway and floor it. Now obviously legally you're only allowed to do 70 miles an hour, but quite frankly you're kind of hard pressed these days to find someone who sticks to that kind of speed. And so yeah, I don't get that either. Now surely, you know, you should have to drive or ride on a motorway and have a little bit of proper training on it. I don't get it. You know, there's laws and regulations out there, and the same, you know, there's just laws that don't make sense. Like you know, in the UK you're only allowed a visor tinted to a certain degree. You can't have a full tint visor, but yet you can wear sunglasses of any degree of tint you like. Okay, I understand the point that, you know, you can take your sunglasses off and you're left with your clear visor, but then, you know, I don't think you're actually allowed to wear the sunglasses, not either. I don't know, there's just stupid laws that make no sense when it comes to safety, and it's just idiotic, and it's about time that basically someone within the government who had a little bit more common sense just went, oh, hang on, and just sorted it out! Sort it out! Drives me nuts. Anyway, there we go, rant over. Anyway, so if you have any comments or opinions on safety anywhere in the world, actually, it'd be interesting to see in other parts of other worlds of what the same kind of issues are, what your bugbears are, and what things annoy you. So yeah, comments below, let us know.